Welcome to Share Future Voices, your fortnightly fireside chats with industry experts, thought leaders, and pioneers exploring the future of consumer insight, brand marketing, AI, and technology. In this episode, we speak to Mamta Mithal, Associate Director here at Share. A natural-born lover of qualitative research, Mamta loves talking to consumers, getting into their hearts and their minds, and digging deeper to understand who they really are. With a passion for strategic marketing, branding, and consumer research, Mamta's 15-year experience in the field has allowed her to design, implement, and deliver impactful research programs that inform, direct, and enhance brand, marketing, and communication strategies. Here at Share, Mamta works with some of the biggest brands to find innovative, agile, tech-first solutions that deliver exceptional value. Having one of our own on the podcast is super exciting, and we can't wait for you to enjoy the gems that she's about to drop. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of Share Future Voices. Please welcome to our podcast, Mamta from Share. Welcome to the podcast, Mamta. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's Friday. Who isn't feeling good on a Friday?
Right? Thank God it's Friday. Sorry, I had that song in my mind that just popped up. Thank you God. Thank you God. No, thank you. Thank you so much for being one of our guests. I think it's just super amazing that we get to have one of us from Share as a podcast episode, and you're the first. So I hope we roll out the red carpet for you and have many more from us at Share come chat to us. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. As somebody who is really well, I guess like people speak so highly of you, like in the research world. Kim is always saying such lovely things about you. Clients have been saying lovely things about you. So I hope our audience will also walk away from this podcast and say lovely things about you.
Thank you.
But let's dive into our topic today, which is in essence, talking about beyond surveys and the rise of video in consumer research. In marketing, we're seeing the rise of video content left, right, and center, thanks to TikTok, Instagram, of course, following suit, YouTube, that's been there. But of course, we're also seeing the same thing happen in consumer research. Video content and video research really is becoming more predominant. And so my first question to you is, how has the integration of video research transformed traditional market research methods?
Yeah. It's definitely been transformed. I mean, if you were to ask me for one word to describe, the introduction of video research into traditional market research, I'd say it's transformative. Honestly, video research has really turned traditional market research on its head. Instead of relying on, your typical static data points, research language, we now have a super dynamic lens into consumers' lives, right into consumers' lives. We all literally glued to our phones. It's almost always here with us, right in front of us all the time, glued to our laptops. We're seeing people living through video. So it makes perfect sense that video has now come into play when it comes to market research, and it's really transformed how we do market research. We can observe things like body language, like tone, and even the environments that people work, live, and play in, which are all aspects that surveys don't capture at all. So it's able to layer like an amazing richness onto the research that we've traditionally done. And this, I feel, has really brought a lot of, I'm going to use the word empathy, and depth to how researchers do research, depth to how our insights allow our clients and our brands that we work with to connect with their audience in a way that's not just about the numbers, not just about the data points and the stats, but it's about real human experience, and it's about real consumer and customer closeness, which are buzzwords of Share, as I'm sure you're aware. Video research is just an amazing tool to help us drive up that consumer and customer closeness that we're after.
Amazing. Yeah, I think even me, as someone who studied psychology, surveys is one way to get insight, information from people. But like you said, it just then misses a bit of that like human element where we don't get to delve deeper into body language and the way someone, for example, answers a particular question. And so absolutely, I think you're spot on in saying that it's definitely turned research on its head. My next question to you is, can you perhaps share a light bulb moment where video research kind of provided unique insights that
other market research methods just simply couldn't?
Yeah, absolutely. There have been lots of moments, but I think the one that I'm going to share today is it was a moment. I do a lot of research with kids and for one of the leading toy brands. So I get to see kids and do a lot of video research with them as well, because this particular client is all about, bringing kids' voices into boardrooms. So video research plays a big role over there. So I think the moment that I want to share with you is one where we were happening to analyze footage of kids, young kids, ages 6 to 12 roughly, navigating a new website design that the client had shared with us and said, can you please, put this out to the community and help us understand how they're experiencing this new website design. So we got our parents basically involved to help us co-moderate with this piece of work. And we got them to video record their kids navigating this new website design and, engaging with the new website. And what we noticed, something really subtle and yet super profound as a researcher, because through this video and just observing how this child navigated the website, we were able to pick up, like I say, these really subtle things. In this instance, the way some kids hesitated almost while they were interacting with a website, a slight frown on the forehead as they were navigating certain points in the website. Now, traditional surveys or focus groups would have really missed these micro expressions completely. But that one little hesitation in some of these kids told us that there was some sort of a disconnect in the user interface or the user intuition or the user engagement and experience. And that honestly added to, with all of the other research findings that we got out of the product, was a real game changer in defining that particular component of the website design. Because when we delved deeper and we followed up with the child, we noticed you looked a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit hesitant, you frowned a little bit. What happened? What were you feeling as you got to that part of the website? We managed to gather a whole lot of depth and richness around how to optimize that component of the website, something that honestly would have been completely overlooked with something like just a survey or putting up a website design and letting it run automatically in a focus group setting, for example. So it would have been completely overlooked. So video research, I feel anyways, especially when it's one-on-one like this, is a really great tool to help, and there's a buzzword again, help shrink the say-do gap that we're always struggling with as researchers. If I had done a survey, launched a survey to these kids and said, go away and navigate this website with your mum, chances are we would have gotten back responses from these kids to say, oh, it was fun, I love the colors, very positive experience. But watching them navigate it and following them and observing them as they did the job of navigating the website really helped us show or see exactly how they were exactly experiencing it. So more than the say, we got to do as well, more than just the telling, they showed us as well. So we're all about shrinking the say-do gap, showing and telling, not just telling. And I think video research is a great tool to help us do that.
Amazing. And I think the beauty in that is you also got like real time, almost like live, uninterrupted reactions to what you were looking for. It's one thing to go away, complete the research. I mean, I could try and complete that research like later in the day when I'm feeling like happy, or maybe I'm too tired, so I'll do it in the morning. And you lose that like in the moment reactions to what you're looking for. And I think that's such a good like light bulb moment, I guess, to realize that, especially for like UX. I hope there's some UX designers out there who are listening, like, hey, by the way, video research could absolutely assist in the way that you design websites. Really, really super insightful. Thank you for dropping that beautiful gem, Mamta. Let's talk about main challenges, I guess, with the next question being, in your experience, what are the main challenges and limitations of using video research, and how do you think you can overcome them?
Yeah, every coin has a flip side, right? So yeah, absolutely. Video research, for all of its benefits, and I'm a strong supporter of video research. Of course, it does come with challenges. I think one of the biggest and most obvious challenges, I think, is, of course, just the sheer volume of data, right? You can potentially sometimes have hours of footage that can be really daunting to sift through. So to overcome this, we, as I'm sure you know, of course, as I'm hoping many of our audience members may know as well, who've come into touch with Bulbshare, we've embraced some amazing AI-driven tools that really help in tagging, analyzing, and summarizing content a lot more efficiently. So as opposed to having me or a client or a stakeholder out there who may be listening to this, wading through hours and hours of video footage, trying to understand, what the themes are. We've got some really amazing AI tools that help us do that. They help create summaries. They help with thematic analysis. What are the big themes coming out of the videos? So definitely leveraging AI as a tool to help with, just the volume of data or content rather that comes out of video research. Another challenge, I think, is maybe ensuring participants are maybe more comfortable in front of the camera. That can always be a challenge. Sometimes people, I'll speak for myself as well. I'm not always comfortable in front of the camera, but what we do through video research, as many people can sometimes be uncomfortable, is we just try to create a very relaxed environment like you've done for me as well. You've made me feel welcome. You've created a very open environment for me to talk with. You created a very casual rapport. And also what we do in the research projects that we run through video is we just remind them that it's not about the performance that you put up or about saying all of the right things or the perfect things or making sure that you don't make a mistake as you're talking. It's about genuine feedback. More often than not, what we love to use video research is for ethno type of research, for example, where we really want to connect with real people on an authentic level. So it's just about reminding them as well. So in terms of overcoming, the challenge of discomfort or unnaturalness that some people may feel talking through a video, you just set people at ease, just make them feel comfortable, come to the same level as them. For example, when I'm doing research with kids, it's almost literally, talking in the language that they would, talking as if you're a friend. Or a sibling, and just making them feel comfortable and just driving home the fact that it's not about the performance that they put on in front of the camera. It's about genuine feedback.
Amazing. As a photographer myself, I'm also like, put me behind the camera. When you put me in front of the camera, I'm also the same. I also tend to go, oh no, right, cameras in my face, and having to be put at ease absolutely helps not only just me feel comfortable, and I'm so glad that you said that made you feel comfortable.
Thank you. Amazing. I love that.
So I guess my next question for you is then, how do you ensure that video research maintains that balance between capturing authentic consumer behavior, but also kind of respecting the participants' privacy?
Yeah, this is super crucial. So authenticity can't come at the cost of privacy. Like I just spent, my previous response talking about authenticity and, connecting with people on a real and authentic level. That sort of thing cannot come at the cost of privacy. So we ensure transparency right from the get-go, especially if we're talking to kids. Does better, even if it's not kids, any grown-up, any human. We need to protect their privacy, respect their privacy as well. And some of the ways that we do this is one that we found is very, very useful and works very well is simply explaining how we're going to use the video content. Sometimes our community members or anybody that we're doing research with, they want to feel as if their feedback is valuable and it's going to be used in X, Y, and Z manner. So just explaining to them how the footage is going to be used, securing the informed consent, of course, letting them understand, why this is important to us, how it's going to be used, really makes a difference in ensuring that they feel assured and reassured, and that whatever we get out of them is going to be used in a very responsible manner. Moreover, we can anonymize. We often do this, especially when it comes to kids underage respondents as well. We anonymize data wherever possible, and we're super rigorous as well about storing and sharing content, of course, in very secure ways. So by putting the participants' comfort and privacy at the forefront, we maintain this integrity of the insights that we gather.
Amazing. Woo! You might just recruit me to become a researcher too.
We're always looking to grow the research team.
Don't tempt me, Mamta, don't tempt me. Oh, no, that's amazing. And for any of our audience members who don't know about us at Bulbshare, I'd absolutely encourage you to head over to our website, bulbshare.com. Get in touch with us. We'd absolutely love to show you some of our tools, amazing features we've got that can help elevate your own market research. Mamta, let's talk about video technology and I guess some of the advancements that you are excited about. What are those advancements in video technology that you're just like, oh my word, more of this, please? And how do you see them influencing the future of consumer insight?
Yeah. So video in itself is tech, right? But video it's evolving so quickly. Videos from the big giant camcorders that would sit on a shoulder have now become this year. It's become so easy to video record. So technology is obviously a big thing that we need to stay at the forefront of when it comes to video technology. And I think the advancements, I mentioned AI already, but the advancements in AI and machine learning are incredibly exciting. These technologies are making it super easy to analyze. I spoke about analysis of video content as well, but things like AI, machine learning, I just want to drive home the fact that these sorts of technologies, when it comes to video research, can really make it easy to analyze vast amounts of video data. They can help us identify patterns that would take humans ages to detect. So that sort of technology is something that I'm quite excited about. I'm also super excited about the rise of VR and AR, virtual and augmented reality in research. Imagine being able to, like, as a researcher, this is just amazing, and I love trying out this sort of stuff, but imagine being able to virtually immerse our consumers in a product experience. If there's a new product that we're testing or a new store design, we can virtually get them in front of a completely new store design or a new shelf design. And we've got our client product hidden in there. They don't need to necessarily be in a physical store environment now with all of the technology that has come in. And we can capture their reaction still in real time as if they're actually in the store, but without the expense of creating these physical mock-ups, for example, of new products, or without the inconvenience and just the hassle of getting consumers to get into their cars and drive to a particular store. We can create all of this test material or stimulus material in a virtual environment. It's honestly, it's just like taking video research to the next level.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, yeah, there's been so many times where I also have loved to have had a very similar experience, especially as someone who loves a bit of fashion. And, you know, when a new brand drops a new collection, to have to go to the mall to go and like fit these things on or go like see where in the mall to be.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, oh my gosh, if I could actually just do all of that in the comfort of my own home.
Yeah.
Yes, please. And thank you to the tech folks who are listening. Somebody please give us more of that. Mamta, this conversation has been so insightful. And I just, again, want to say thank you so much for just being one of our guests, our first guest from Bulbshare. You're amazing, if I haven't said
so. Thank you. Thank you. It's Amara. You're amazing too.
Stop. Before I wrap up our episode with our last question, which is, you know, just looking ahead and shining a light on your future voice as a thought leader within this industry, what are your tangible and actionable tips that you have for us or our listeners when it comes to using video research in consumer research over the coming years?
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think that's the perfect question to tie up because I'm pretty much going to summarize some of the biggest points that I made earlier. So number one, first thing, embrace the technology, right? It's the way of the world. It sounds so cliched, but that's how the world is going, where the world is going. So embrace the technology, but never lose sight of the human element. So as a born and bred quali, I'll always push the human agenda. So video research, super powerful because it's about people, not just pixels. I love that little line that I've been using quite recently with my clients. Video research is amazing, but it's not just about the pixels and the video that comes out of it. It's about the people behind the video. Number two, I would say definitely invest in tools that's going to help you manage and analyze the data very efficiently. I can't, get across the point. Everybody, I'm sure, is aware that, just watching videos, running through video content can take a long time and it's very laborious and time consuming. And there's no point in having all of this amazing footage if you can't distill it all into some really actionable insights as efficiently as possible. So I think that connects with the technology in my first point, but also about invest in the tools that help you to manage and analyze the data efficiently. And then lastly, I would like to just add that, I'd just say always approach video research with that ethical mindset. You asked me about this earlier in the podcast, about ethics and privacy and that sort of stuff. Always approach video research with an ethical mindset. The future of consumer insight is as much about trust as it is about the technology. And we need to always be mindful and respectful of our consumers on the other side of the video and make sure that we're always protecting their identities as best as we can. So always approach it with an ethical mindset as well.
Amazing. And I mean, with that mic drop, with that drum roll applause. No, amazing. And I think absolutely, I love that line you said. It's not about the pixels, right? There's people involved. Let's not lose sight of that with video research. So I hope like everybody who's listened really, really takes that with them. And Mamta, from me to you, thank you again so much. This was really, really amazing. Same time next year.
Yes, thank you for having me, really, and inviting me to be part of this. And I'm the first bulb sharer to be there, so I take that honor with a huge amount of respect. So thank you so much. And happy to get involved whenever you need me to.
Amazing. All right, from me to you, thank you. And that is our episode done. We hope you enjoyed this episode of BulbShare Future Voices. To learn more about BulbShare, visit bulbshare.com. Now, if you're ready to dive deeper, click the link in the description to explore our latest webinar and report on AI and market research. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.